Hey you. Yeah, you. You didn't stumble here by chance. So let's talk. My name is Tyanne, but a lot of people call me Taj. And I'm most known for my loud New York personality. Brooklyn, to be specific. And my unfiltered opinions. And most recently, for being your favorite homegirl. Yeah, because I'm a realtor too. Don't forget that. And the Melanated Mindset is a safe space for unpopular opinions and heated debates amongst the diverse melting pot of those of us that identify as a melanated millennial. Now, I can't speak for y'all, but after seeing what being an adult is really about, I got some things to say. And I know y'all do too. So let's talk about it. Because what's really going on?
What is up, y'all? Y'all, I feel like I have not said that in that tone in forever. Honestly, it has been forever since I last tapped in with y'all. First of all, welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not to the Melanated Mindset. And if it sounds like I am cheesing from ear to ear, that is because I am. Chances are, if you are an OG part of the tribe, then you are listening to me and meeting me in our safe space for this first Melanated Monday of season 4. And you are meeting me wherever you normally meet me, whether that be in your car, on your way to work, on your way home from work, on your lunch break, whenever it is that you chop it up with me, that's probably where you at right now. But the reason that I sound like I am grinning from ear to ear is because I told y'all in season 3, in the finale, that I would see y'all in season 4. And I purposely put a little emphasis on see y'all for a reason. I was trying to drop y'all a breadcrumb into the expansion that was to come. That entire last episode of season 3, if you haven't listened to it, you should, so you know what I'm talking about, and so you're all caught up, was all about my vision for the brand and how I plan to expand it. And I am literally doing that as we speak because, yes, y'all, tribe, not only do we have the traditional audio that y'all have grown to love, but I have officially incorporated video into the podcast. So not only can you still chop it up with me whenever, wherever you normally chop it up with me at, but if you're a visual person like me, you can actually watch the video version of this same episode that you're hearing on my YouTube channel, which is just my name, Tyanne Watson. And yeah, y'all, I have been working on this for the past 3 months. If you're already subscribed to my YouTube channel, then none of this information is new, which means that you should be subscribed to my YouTube channel if you're trying to catch the gems and the tea when it's still hot. You feel me? But I have taken my tribe on YouTube through the process and the journey of me expanding the Melanated Mindset brand and giving it an identity of its own. So if you're an OG part of the tribe and you want to see how we got here, like literally brick by brick how we got here, I definitely recommend that you guys go on my YouTube channel. If you are watching the video version of this, go ahead and just click the card that just popped up on the screen and I will have that video linked for you. So y'all, we have a lot of things to get into today. But first and foremost, I feel like we got some catching up to do because it has literally been months since I sat down and filmed a podcast episode. Literally, the last time I think I spoke with y'all was right before my birthday, which was literally like 4 months ago. But as you can see, and if you can't see, whenever you get a chance, come on over to YouTube and check out the video version so you can actually see why it has taken me so long to come back. Because I wasn't just trying to pop out back with another season. I did that for season 2 and did that for season 3. For season 4, we coming bigger, we coming better. My clothes better, my shoes better, my car better. If you know, you know. And oh, it feels like such a breath of fresh air to finally be done. I'm not even going to say done because this is literally just the beginning. I have so much more plans for my vision and bringing the brand to life that it's just the beginning. Just trust me when I say that. But yeah, a lot has happened in my personal life, my business life. Like, there has been so much that has happened in these last 4 months. Before we even just fake hop right back into the flow, like I ain't been going for mad long, I figured I owed y'all some life updates. And if you see me looking down, again, if you see me, that means you're watching the video footage, and I rock with you for that. But I have my handy dandy, or really Malik's handy dandy iPad here to keep me on track. No more notebook. If y'all was gonna see me, I had to not just have my little journal that I'd be scribbling my normal notes in. We had to get professional or whatever. So your girl got a nice little flow slideshow going to keep the pod flowing real nice, real smooth, real orderly. So if you see me looking down, this is what I'm looking at, because I'm not trying to have y'all here for mad long episode 1. We trying to get in, we trying to tap in, we trying to get right, and we trying to jump back into the week, because it's Monday, right? And we got things to do this week. We got places we trying to be and things we trying to do. So, y'all, first update that I have for you guys is, since I have been gone, Malik and I have officially hit our 1-year home anniversary timeout. Because if you're new here, you probably don't even know who Malik is, and that is my husband. And a year ago, we purchased our first home. And yeah, November 5th made a year since we closed on our home. And it's crazy to think that, like, y'all, when I started season 3, episode 1, it was all about how buying a house changed my life. If you haven't listened to that episode, I definitely go ahead and give it a listen. Definitely a good one. And to know that that was a year ago is crazy. Time is really on crack, or something, very much something, because what? It doesn't even feel like that long. Another life update I have for you guys is that since we have been gone, by the time you guys are watching this, it would have passed. But Malik and I also celebrated our 9-year wedding anniversary. Y'all, we have been married for 9 years. That is absolutely insane to me and makes me feel really old. So we're not even gonna we're not gonna elaborate on that yet. When I bring him on the pod, cause y'all love when he be on here. Y'all be trying to act like y'all don't be showing up for me. Y'all be showing up for us. And I don't like that. I mean, I love that, but I don't like that. The next update I have for you, I kind of already touched on, was the brand expansion that I talked to you guys about in the season finale of season 3. As you guys can see, I am trying to build this brand, but most importantly, this community of you guys, because you guys show up every Monday. I see the numbers, I see the stats. Y'all show me a hella love. It's always nothing but positivity. I know, the bigger we grow, the hate comments gonna come or whatever. But I got faith that y'all gonna be riding for me when I don't catch the slick shade or whatever. But as of this point, we have not had any of that. And we gonna keep it like that, because this is not what that community is about. I feel like I really wanted for the first episode to get on here and sip and wine, but that would be given Unwind with Taj, and that's a whole separate segment on my YouTube channel. So when we come to the pod, y'all gonna give me real raw, real in my natural state, because before y'all were seeing me, y'all were just hearing me and I was looking crazy, okay? Recording them episodes in a bonnet, in house dress, giving very much unapologetically me. And I'm gonna still do that. I mean, I'm gonna make sure I look a little put together. But I was gonna get real dressed up, and I'm like, nah, I'm not showing up for the tribe like that. I'm coming how I'm always coming, hoodie. Like y'all don't get a little brows, all right, and a little mascara, but we coming real plain Jane because I don't want the pod to add any additional pressure to my already pressure filled life. Like I just still want to show up authentically as myself, and I hope that y'all can appreciate that. But as far as brand expansion, like I keep telling y'all, like I'm trying to make the Melanated Mindset. It's already its own business. It's going to be its own brand, and I want it to be so much more than this podcast. This podcast is just the first step to that, and y'all, like there are so many things that I have in store. I don't want to speak on any of them too soon, prematurely, because I haven't put the right things in motion. But just know that for the OGs of y'all that have been rocking with me since season 1, episode 1, y'all are going to be able to just sit back and be like, dang, that girl built an empire. And you're going to feel like you were a part of it, because you are. Because I'm not just doing this for me. I'm creating this safe space for all of us that just are trying to navigate these 20-somethings in a post-pandemic world, like in low-key another mini pandemic that nobody's talking about type of world. Like the Melanated Mindset is always going to be our breath of fresh air. It's going to be where we could meet on Mondays and just woosah, because out there it's crazy. But in here, right here, where we locked in, it's just peace, tranquility, and genuine, authentic, and relatable vibes. That's how I'm coming. And that's how we're trying to be coming too. Let me sip my tea, because y'all, it's about to get bold. Okay, so it is time to officially address the elephant in the room. And I hate to spoil it for those of y'all that are just listening and you aren't watching the video version, but if I ain't said it already, you're probably gonna want to pull up to the YouTube channel to watch the video version, because if you are watching the video version, it is very obvious that your girl has a new hairstyle. Yeah, I am a locked baddie now, and that's on period. And it's still super crazy for me to even say out loud. I think this is only like the second or third time I've actually used the word I and locked in the same sentence. But yeah, I locked my hair. If you follow me on other social media sites, you will see that around my birthday time, which is the last time y'all see me, I had some faux locks in my hair, and that was kind of just a test run. Always said that when I turn 30, I'm either lock my hair or cut it all off, because in my mind, like, black women, successful black women, like, they don't got time to, like, be doing hair. Like, yeah, you could get your hair done, but, like, I don't know, I'm just a girl that, like, I like to be done up, but I don't like the maintenance part of it. I don't like going and sitting for 3-4 hours, and, like, I don't like that if I got somewhere to be, that this stylist has the, I'm not gonna say the power, but the authority to just cancel and ruin my whole day and take some of my money for a deposit, and you gotta sign contracts now and all type of stuff to get your hair done. Like, that's just not been my vibe. And since we lived in Hawaii and Italy, I was already doing my own hair. And it was like, it's a lot. When you're natural, that's a whole separate job that you're not even getting paid for. You're just dishing out money for. And I don't know. I just feel like since I turned 27 back in August, I just always knew 27 would be a magical year for me. I have absolutely no idea why, but the way most people feel about turning 21 or turning 25, like that's always how I felt about turning 27. No idea why. It's just always been my magic number. And I just feel like turning 27 really like woke something up in me that was like, girl, what if you don't make it to 30? Like, then what? And another part of me is like, girl, if you start now by 30, them things gonna be nice and long and luscious and mature. So I just went ahead and took the leap and locked my hair last month. And it has been one of the most fulfilling and adrenaline type of feelings. It literally has given me the exact same feeling that I felt when I big chopped my hair, because I did that myself. And like, to just put the scissors to your hair, anybody that has big chopped themselves, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you get anxiety before you do it, and then you do it and you just feel like you just bust out a new shell. You're just a new person, a new woman. You know what they say, a woman that changed her hair is about to change her life. So here we are. And I would be lying if I said that my spiritual journey didn't play a part in me locking my hair. It is no secret to any of you guys that have been listening that I have been on this spiritual journey for roughly about 2 years now, but like really heavily in the last year. And it's just, I don't know, y'all. The spirituality, the lock pipeline is crazy. Like, I don't even know how to explain how they go together, but in my head they just do. And maybe it's because being locked, especially in my starter lock phase, it forces you to embrace your natural beauty. It forces you to find beauty in other areas besides your hair, because I feel like as women, specifically Black women, we put so much emphasis and weight on our hair and how we look. And you know, we all know, like, when your hair not done, you don't feel good. Like, you don't feel like your best self. But when that hair is laid, oh baby, the rent could be past due. You can have overdraft in your account. But if that hair is done, there's nothing nobody's telling you. You're a baddie, you know it. And although I do love that feeling, I don't want to feel like that about anything else besides the actual hair that's growing out of my head, if that makes sense. Like, I want to get that feeling just from my hair, like the same way I get that feeling when a twist out come out fire, or when Bantu knots come out fire. So I just feel like locking my hair really has just kind of taking me up a notch in my spiritual journey. There has been a lot of other things since I've been gone that have definitely kicked it up. Like, when y'all last spoke to me and chopped it up with me, I was maybe on like a 4 or 5 in my spiritual journey. Right now it's giving like 8 or 9. Like, I done bumped up quite a bit of notches, but that's an entire different episode that is definitely coming later on in the season. But yeah, that kind of wraps up all of the major updates that I have going on since you guys last saw me. And before we go ahead and jump into the flow of the episode, the traditional flow of the episode, I am going to use this time for a shameless plug and tell you guys, if you are not following me on all of my social media platforms, then you are missing out on keeping up with me in real time. So please make sure that you guys are following me on Instagram. My Instagram is at Tyanne.Watson. And my Twitter, my TikTok, my YouTube, everything else is literally just at Tyanne Watson, no dot in between. For some reason, my name was taken on Instagram without the dot. Maybe there's another Tyanne Watson out there, but she ain't me, all right? So go ahead and make sure that you follow me, subscribe to me on all my other social media platforms so you can keep up with me in real time. Now, if you're new here, you probably wouldn't know that I like to start every episode with my complaint of the week and my highlight of the week. I have a complaint of the week because it's Monday. Who doesn't have something to complain about? Like, what? It's Monday. There's always something to complain about on a Monday, but I don't just like to come on here and be negative. So I like to balance that out with also having a highlight of the week. Don't this just feel like mad familiar? If you're an OG, don't this just feel like, damn, it's another Melanated Mindset? Because that's how I want you to feel, because that's how I feel. We back up in this thing, y'all. We's officially back up in this thing. So, my complaint of the week is going to be how long it has been that I have been gone. I didn't intend to be gone this long. I honestly didn't give myself a timeline either. I knew it would take me time to build up my studio / recording set. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted. I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted everything. I had a vision, but trying to find things out in the real world that you see in your head takes a lot more time than I thought. Some things are custom ordered, so that took some time, and scouting vendors and such. So I just wasn't planning to be gone that long. And I'm sorry if it feels like I just left y'all hanging. I told y'all, I promised y'all I wasn't. I'm just trying to show up as my best self, and I'm just trying to constantly evolve and grow, not just myself, but the brand, so that you guys have a premium viewing / listening experience. I also just didn't even realize how therapeutic the Melanated Mindset is for me. A lot of you guys message me and tell me how relatable it is to you guys, and I hope it's therapeutic for y'all and relatable for y'all. But just for me, if you've been here since the beginning, you know, like, I started this as like almost my virtual diary. So sometimes just getting on here and talking my shit, like, I feel a lot better usually when I turn that mic on, when I, get some shit up off my chest. And y'all know I be trying not to curse, but it's a lot of emotion going on today. So pardon my language, but I'm still working on that. Speaking of therapeutic, that is going to wrap me into my highlight of the week. My highlight of the week is that your girl literally today just got the call back that the therapist that I sought after has availability, and I officially have my first therapy session scheduled for this month. I don't know if that would have already passed by the time you guys are watching this, but yeah, your girl is officially about to be in therapy, and I have so many feelings. Like, I felt ecstatic, enjoyed, and it was like a breath of fresh air. Like, okay, somebody else can help me unpack all of this, because up until this point, poor Malik, poor my best friend, like, they have been my rock, but yeah, they're not professionals. Like, I feel like it's irresponsible and selfish of you to just dump all your stuff on your friends and think that they're supposed to help you grow. Like, they are, but that's not their job. So the fact that I took that step to go find and seek professional help, it took a lot. Y'all know, very, very textbook Virgo sun, Virgo rising, but I know that it's what's best for me. And if I've made this much growth on my own, imagine how much I can make with the help of someone. And she's Black. So there's that. I don't know how anybody else feels about that, but it was really important for me to have a Black therapist. It didn't necessarily have to be a woman, but I really just needed someone who could, at the very, very least, relate to my worldly struggles before we start diving into my personal ones. And y'all be very proud of me. I don't got just one highlight. I got two. So we got two highlights and one complaint. Come on now. If that ain't growth, then I don't know what it is. But my second highlight is going to be just how much I have grown mentally and spiritually in these last 4 months. Like, I'm sitting in front of y'all locked. Like, when I tell y'all the spiritual growth has been astronomical, I literally feel like I have catapulted into a whole new version of myself, and I am so proud of myself for that, because I worked hard to get here, and I'm about to work even harder to get to an even better and higher version of myself, and hopefully y'all do too. And for resources, I found my Black therapist that accepts my military insurance, because that was the problem, on www.therapyforblackgirls.com. So if you are a Black woman or a Black man and you are looking for a therapist, specifically one that can relate to you in your area, I highly recommend you go on their site. They even have it on their site where you can filter based on your insurance. And that was like the best thing for me. Literally only one person popped up. But I'm fine with that, because she had availability, and it obviously is divinely aligned that that is the woman that is going to help me. So if you need help, and I'm not saying you do, but shit, we all need a little bit of help. We all want to do something. I highly recommend that you check out therapyforblackgirls.com. No, this is not sponsored. Wish it was. Maybe it will be later on in the future. But I'm just a Black girl trying to better herself and trying to enter my healed girl era, or whatever the girlies is calling it. And I'm just trying to help you do the same. All right. We are moving right along into our Fendi fact of the day, because y'all know, before I get on here and just start talking to y'all, I gotta come bring y'all some facts. Even though today's only got an asterisk, because it's not necessarily facts. Today's Fendi fact comes from someone's personal blog that I stumbled across, but I thought that the material was perfect for the topic that we're going to be talking about. So it's an excerpt from TabithaDeller.com, and it was written by Tabitha Deller. I'll make sure that all of the websites and resources are linked in the description box of this YouTube video. So again, if you are just listening to the audio version, make sure at some point you go find your way to the YouTube video so that you could get all those resources. All right, so now that we done did all that, we done caught all up, it is time to get to the meat of what we are here for. And as y'all read by the title, we're gonna be talking about, are you woke or are you awake? Because I have learned in these 4 months that I have been gone that there is definitely a difference. And Tabitha would agree with me. So I am just going to read you guys a little excerpt from this blog post that she wrote in April 2021. It's titled Woke versus Awake. The Gap is Great. Just giving Dr. Seuss, but okay. And it reads, the gap between the woke and the awake is getting greater and greater, while the cost to stay awake is getting higher and higher. The more aware of the difference between the world and the world I become, the more evident the distance between those who are woke and those who are awake becomes. The gap is growing greater because the two are going in opposite directions. She also has definitions for woke and awake. I'm going to read y'all her definitions, but I also have my own that I think you guys can relate to a little bit better. So for woke, she said, those who are aware and actively attentive to important facts and issues, especially issues of racial and social injustices, which I would agree with. Now for awake, she has those who are aware of the enemy's deception and use of the worldly ideologies to try to confuse biblical truths. All right, so there is a lot to unpack in that small excerpt, because it was pretty dense, and we're gonna break it down, but in my own way. But before I go ahead and do that, I want to use this time to let you guys know now is the perfect time to go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you are watching the video version. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel so that every Monday you can meet me here, or you can still meet me on Apple Podcasts or Spotify if you like. But if you want to chop it up with me for real, and catch these vibes, you know where to find me on Mondays now, and that is on my YouTube channel, Tyanne Watson. Also, go ahead and comment down below so you guys can join the conversation in quote unquote real time. Before, when it was just audio, there would always be a delay based on when you guys were listening and if you responded to a story that I posted. But now we can always come back to this video, to these comments, and we can have a real life discussion in realer times than we could before now. And I also am really curious to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions, not just on today's episode, but on every episode. And they're always welcome. We're going to keep it cute and respectful, but I definitely would love to hear your thoughts and opinions always. So make sure you leave them in the comments down below. All right, y'all. I got to take a sip of my tea. Hold on, y'all. It's giving iced tea at this point. So, I want to start with my personal definitions of the terms woke and awake. So, for me personally, I feel like the definition of woke would be to be aware of the world as it is around you. So, I agree with the definition that Mrs. Deller, Tabitha put in her blog, especially when it comes to like racial and social injustices. I agree. So to me, to be woke is to be aware of the world as it is around you, right? Now, to be awake to me means to not only be aware of the world as it is around you, but to be aware of yourself and the role you play in said world around you. Hopefully I didn't lose y'all, and hopefully that makes sense. And like I said, up until recently, I didn't even know that there was a difference. I was classifying myself as someone that's woke, like, oh, the system is rigged, and like, they trying to get us down, and the system is just not set up for us to succeed, and it's just set up for us to always have the path of most resistance. Like, I was woke. Like, I understood that. I saw the world for what it was, right? I took off the rose-colored glasses, and I was woke. But it's not until recently that I woke up. Like, I am awake now because I realize my parts in all of that, and how and what I can do to do my best to have a positive impact in this physical realm while I'm here, because that's what I'm here for, if that makes sense. See, y'all, just awake for no reason. Lord, the self-awareness is astronomical. Okay. And now, with those two definitions, my definitions, I feel like the difference between the two is what you do with that information. So being woke, like I said, is just to be aware of the world as it is around you. Okay, majority of the country is racist. Okay, to be awake is, okay, majority of the world is racist. But do I myself help hinder that racism that I'm faced with, or do I in some way, shape, or form try to help and eliminate the racism that I am faced with, which I know you can't just eliminate, but y'all hopefully y'all see where I'm getting at with this. So the difference between, in that situation, being woke and being awake is, well, what are you going to do with that information? So to be awake is to have this self-consciousness of how you walk around and how you contribute to this world. But just because you know doesn't mean you're acting on it. Does that make sense? And I feel like to be awake is to be acting on it, versus to be woke is just, this information, but you like, well, shit, I'm just one person. I can't change the world. Like, I can't stop racism. I can't stop world hunger. To me, that's the difference between the two. And if I'm being even more honest, the difference between those two words is why I've been gone for 4 months, because I had to understand what the difference was. I had to understand that there was another level after being woke. Like, all right, you woke, now it's time to wake up. And that's where I feel like I am now. And although I'm not gonna say disappointed. I'm sad that it took me as long as it did for me to come back. Me being awake, I know that I came back when I needed to, because y'all know, if you've been around for a while, that I try to give y'all the gems that I pick up and learn throughout my adult life from things I have actually experienced. But I can't come and try to help y'all if I ain't experiencing anything. So, like, I needed a break for life to happen in order for me to maneuver this new level of self-consciousness and awakeness. And I had to learn how to apply it so that I could come back and tell y'all what I learned, what I saw, what I've experienced. Hopefully all of that makes sense and I don't sound crazy, because I be feeling like I be sounding real crazy lately. But that's just part of waking up and being awake. Like, sorry y'all. It literally feels like I have stepped out of the matrix. Like, the way that I told y'all, I feel like my spiritual journey has catapulted. If you've seen the movie Avatar, not the new one because I still haven't seen it, but like the original Avatar, like, you know, it's like the blue people or whatever. And you see how they go to sleep in those like sleeping pods, and it like transports them to I don't know, but wherever. It's been years since I've seen that movie. And like, the only way, well, not the only way, but you either have to wake yourself up or somebody gotta come and get you. I feel like I hit this wall, like the spaceship hit a speed bump, and like it knocked my pod open. And now I'm just standing in a room looking at everybody else sleeping very peacefully in their pods. And it's not my job or my place to wake everybody up. But I also can't go back in my pod because it closed right after I got out. So now I'm just on the outside of the matrix, like, okay, so where do I go from here? If you have ever been on a spiritual journey, hopefully you can empathize with me, because that is literally what it feels like. Like, I have been catapulted into a new world, but like still in this one, it's giving very much I am in this world, but I am not of this world kind of vibes. And yeah, I'm sorry if that sounds crazy. That's just the best way that I can put it into words. And for me to give y'all, those of you guys that have been listening for a while, a real example so y'all can understand. I left off season 3 right before my birthday. And I believe the very last episode, the season finale, my complaint of the week was me having the birthday blues, but also me telling y'all that I was going to make it my business to make sure that this was the first birthday, that I didn't rely on other people to make sure that I had a good birthday. And like, I was taking all of the power and putting it back in me, right? Because we know what the birthday blues is, hopefully. Well, not hopefully, but like, hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. Not hopefully you got the birthday blues, because I don't wish that on nobody. But you know when like your birthday coming up and you've been waiting for your friends to ask you what you want to do, or you've been waiting low key for your friends to plan a surprise, to do something so you could just pop out and be like the people you see on Instagram with the birthday dinners and the gifts and all of that, right? But then your birthday comes and none of that happens. Or like you plan something for your birthday, and as the time gets closer, friends start dropping like flies. Like, most of us know what those birthday blues feels like. And I said in the season finale of season 3 that I feel like we get those birthday blues because we put so much expectation on other people making us happy on a day that's all about us, that should really be about us making ourselves happy. So I pretty much went on a whole spiel on how I was going to make this my first birthday that I just don't care. I don't care who show up. I don't care who don't show up. I know what I want to do for my birthday, and as long as me and my man is there, I'm going to have a great time. That is the mindset that I went into my birthday with. And let me just tell y'all, if you have not been following me on Instagram or across any of my other platforms, then you would know, or better yet, you wouldn't know, that this past birthday, 27, that I told y'all that I always thought was going to be a special year for me. Remember, this turned out to be the best birthday I have had in my entire adult life. So in my 20s. It was the best birthday ever. I went on a week-long cruise with my man, kid-free, took a bunch of naps. I actually have a vlog of that on my YouTube channel. And then after that, went to Atlanta for the weekend to go see my favorite podcast, Deadass the Podcast, with Deval and Kadeen Ellis. We went to go see them live. Not only did we go see them live the day after my birthday, my husband and I got selected to come on stage and be a part of the show and got to meet Regina Hall. I was about to say Regina King. Regina Hall and Sterling Brown and Crystal from Sisters. I don't know her real name, I'm sorry. But if you listen to their podcast, if you listen to their Atlanta live show, the couple on the stage is me and my husband. And like, y'all, when I say I manifested the hell out of that, if you know, you know. If you've been following me, you know. I be writing my manifestations down in my journal, and I have a post where I literally put up like, yo, I really manifested meeting them. I wrote in my journal last year, I will meet Deval and Kadeen Ellis this year. No, I think that was January. Yeah, that was January of this year. I wrote that in my, or whatever it was, in my journal. I have the dates up or whatever. Wrote that in my journal. And then got the opportunity to go to podcast, thinking I'm just going to go. And then to get selected to go on the show. And then the picture that we got, we wasn't even supposed to get. Everything just aligned so perfectly. And y'all, it was the best birthday I have ever had, despite any mishaps, despite any miscommunications. There was a lot of uncertain energy that I could feel was trying to bring me down, not purposely, like anybody purposely, well, I can't speak for anybody's intentions, but it didn't feel intentional. It just felt like this is the universe trying to test me. Like, are you really going to make sure that nobody's energy, attitudes, words, actions, none of that affects you? Are you really going to put all of that aside and really put yourself first, like you said you was on the season finale of the podcast, and go out your way to make damn sure that you have a good birthday? Because that's all that matters. And that's exactly what I did, and it turned out to be fucking amazing. Like, I still am on a high from that birthday to this day. I also have a vlog of when we went to Atlanta. So I have 2 birthday vlogs. I have the part where me and my man went on a cruise for a week. You guys can definitely watch that. If you're watching the video version of this, go ahead and click the card that just popped up. And then you can watch part 2 when we go to Atlanta. And you get to actually see the proof, you get to see what I'm talking about in real time. So if you care enough to really see if I put my money where my mouth is, definitely go check out those 2 vlogs, because I am so happy that I vlogged those experiences, because I will always have those memories. And from this point forward, that's how I'm coming every birthday. Like, I planned the trip and extended the invites. Unfortunately, a lot of people, well, let me not say a lot of people, because I don't got that many friends. My friends had things to do, other obligations, and instead of getting sad, instead of getting disappointed, okay, if it's just me and my man, it's just me and my man. My man. And he made sure I had a damn good birthday. And he got to see me have a damn good birthday. Like, it felt like it was his birthday too. Like, y'all, the vibes was immaculate and unmatched. And I highly recommend, you got a birthday coming up, you want to go on a trip, you book your trip and you send your friends your itinerary. Don't ask who want to go. Don't bet on the Airbnb being with so many people. You book your goddamn trip where you want to go, and whoever come with you, come with you. Whoever don't. But you have to detach from the outcome. And that's what I did. I detached from the outcome. If nobody showed up and it was just me and my man, we was going to turn up. And that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly what we did. And it was just such a lit week. Like, those 7 days was the best 7 days of 2022 for me, without a doubt. I can't even. You got to watch the vlog so you could feel what I'm talking about. But that was an amazing experience. So to actually do that and go from that to this, like, that was my first step to awakening and really waking up, because I realized how much power I had and how much of my power I was giving away to other people and ruining the most special day of the year, my birthday, the day that I graced the earth. Like, what? So you telling me I had the power to have bomb-ass birthdays like that every single year, and I was giving it away and getting shit in return? Oh, guess who won't be doing that no more? No. That's how I'm coming. And I highly recommend everybody move like that. Your birthday is your day. Your friends don't got the money. They don't got the time off of work. That's not your problem. Your birthday is the same day every year. You go out and do what you want to do, regardless of who can accompany you. Even if that means going on a solo trip. Like, realize how much power is just in your mind. It made me realize how much power I had, but also how much power there was in shifting your mindset. All it took was for me to pivot my mind from the birthday blues to, nah, I'm gonna have a lit ass time regardless. I'm gonna celebrate me regardless. I'm gonna go all out regardless. And that's what happened. Like, I literally manifested the perfect, literally to the T, perfect birthday, because I realized how much power was in here. Like, how much power. Sorry if you're listening to the audio version, I'm pointing to my head, but I realized how much power lied within me. And like, what? Huh? Okay. Bet you I won't get that shit away no more. And you shouldn't either. Also, after my birthday, after coming down off of that high, because you know the highs don't last forever, I was kind of snowballed into my, what I like to call, period of isolation. So what I like to call that is just a time where you're not going out. Like, since my birthday, I have not gone out anywhere. I ain't been to no clubs, ain't been to no lounges. And I have not done anything. I haven't popped out with no friends. I haven't did nothing. My birthday was so much it for me that I knew nothing else would compare. So I just used the rest of the year to focus on me after that. I was on such a me high that I didn't want to let it go. And I'm like, if I could transform my mind and manifest something as small as a great birthday celebration, imagine what else I could do. So that involved me just isolating myself from everybody and all my friends. And, you know, I hope nobody took it personal, but I mean, at the end of the day, for me, this was personal. So, I mean, people could take it how they want. And that's what I think we all have to work on. Like, it doesn't matter if somebody takes something personal, because the way you take it is personal to you. So, me seeing how just quieting out the outside noise and just pouring into me and focusing on me, how great of a result that yielded. Oh, y'all, I was addicted. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm trying to have every area of my life be like this. Like, everybody else, everything else is all secondary. It's all noise. It's me. It's tunnel vision on me. And that required me to literally withdraw from everybody. And if you know me, you know I'm social as hell. I'm the girl that come in a room and I'm going to talk to everybody. Like, I'm going to let my presence be known. My personality is going to probably be the loudest one in the room. Not necessarily volume-wise, but probably volume-wise. Like, I'm just a people's person. I always have been. I've been friends with all different types of people. I'm just super social. But in this era of my life, with this level of awareness and self-awareness, I also realized that by doing that, I absorb so much of the energy around me. And that's why I didn't have the energy to pour into myself, because I was so drained from taking on everybody else's energy, just trying to do what? Float the room and, get other people to laugh and converse. Like, that, it drained me to the point where I didn't have much left to pour into myself. So my period of isolation, for like, I wasn't giving my energy away to nobody but myself, my man, and my child, and my house, and my businesses. And hello, sorry, again, if you're listening to the audio version, I'm literally pointing around at the new podcast setup. Like, look at what I was able to manifest into a reality when I cut out all the bullshit and cut out all the unnecessary baggage and just pour into me. Like, that's the difference between being woke and being awake. Being woke was just me realizing, like, all right, damn. I usually get disappointed around my birthdays. Being awake is me realizing that I allow myself to get disappointed and depressed around my birthdays because I put more expectation on others than I put on myself. And that is the difference between being woke and being awake. And y'all, this has been such a journey. It has been, every day has not been easy. I have shed a lot of tears, and it took a real thug thizzle like me to really just be vulnerable with y'all, because that's what I do here. And as I start therapy, I know there will be a lot more obstacles and things that come up, but I do plan to come back and obviously not tell y'all all my business, but I do plan to come back and drop any gems that I feel like are worth dropping from therapy, because I know everybody may not have the time or the energy or the finances to go to therapy. I know in our society it's deemed a privilege. I think it needs to be a necessity, but I understand that it is a privilege, and some people may not have insurance or whatever your case may be. You may not be able to make it to therapy, but if you could make it here to chop it up with me, I want to at least give you what I'm getting. You understand? Like, obviously you're not gonna get what I'm getting, but like, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like, make it worth your while. And y'all know I'm always here trying to educate and help y'all evolve, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm constantly trying to learn new things, and I'm constantly trying to evolve. And that is what I want this tribe to be, a group of men and women that just are open to shedding themselves of all the limiting thoughts, all of the bad habits that keep them in places that they no longer want to be, so that we can all get to the places that we're trying to go. We all are not going the same place, but chances are we're fighting a lot of the same struggles. And I'm always just trying to be a relatable voice to let you know that somebody gets it. You are not alone. Y'all, when I tell you this shit is not easy, I could sit here all locked and spiritual and be like, namaste, but baby, there was a dark side to my spiritual journey that I definitely had to go through in these past 4 months. And that dark night of the soul is no joke. Like, I had to hit rock bottom. And y'all have heard me say I have hit rock bottom a few times, but like, this time I hit rock bottom spiritually. And the power that I feel. Y'all know how they say black people get superpowers on December 21st? Nah, like, for real, y'all, I be feeling like I really might have some, just a little bit, but don't tell nobody, for real. Like, the power I feel pulling myself out of that and catapulting to the next level of my spiritual journey is like, all right, so what's next? Because I know there's a lesson and a blessing in all of this. So, all right, cool. Time's gonna get tough. Pressure gonna come. The pressure gonna be getting worse up. Around here, pressure build diamonds, baby. They're not busting no pipes, so we gonna pick our head up and we're gonna keep on moving. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna take it one day at a time, and we are just going to have an abundant mindset and a manifestation mindset, because there's absolutely nothing in this world that we want that we can't have that's not already ours, and that's on period. It just starts with changing your mind, shifting your mindset, and realizing the power always and will lie within you and your thoughts about yourself and about the people around you and the world around you. I am trying my absolute hardest to be in this world and not of it, because have y'all took a look around? Child, it's giving pack me up with Elon and send me to Mars, because fuck is going on out here on Earth, because it's a mess. But she mine and I'm gonna have to stick beside her, so y'all do too. Unless one of y'all hit a lick and go to Mars, because please take me with you. I'm joking. But that is really all I have for y'all today. I did not want the first episode to be super long. I honestly have no idea how long this episode is. Hopefully I ain't keep y'all here too long. I'm trying to keep the pods in that 30 to 45 minute range, but you know, when I bring Malik on here, we be chatting and y'all be watching and listening all the way to the end. So those ones I can't promise, but when it's just me and y'all chopping it up, I'm just trying to keep it concise and just, y'all, we are growing, we are expanding, we are evolving, and I am so thankful that you have chosen to come on this journey with me, because it is one I'm hoping that will inspire you and will motivate you. My goal is never to put myself on this pedestal and feel like I'm better than anybody or I'm more righteous or none of that. That's not even the type of time I'm on. I really just want to inspire brown and black people under the sound of my voice to do better, to know better, to learn more, to love more, to grow more, to give more to yourself, most importantly, and then to others. So we are ending in our very, very familiar place. If you know, you know. We are ending with our word of the week. And this week's word is alignment. I chose alignment because I realized in these past few months, you exuberate and extend way more energy trying to fight against the current than you do when you just flow with it. And that is what it feels like when we are trying to force things into alignment into our life that are not meant to be there. Y'all have no idea. The Melanated Mindset season 4 was supposed to go a whole different way. We were supposed to be at shooting locations. There was supposed to be interviews and guests on every episode. There was supposed to be a retreat. Y'all have no idea the things that have gone rogue and wrong behind the scenes. But in retrospect, they actually went right. And I was forcing things into alignment that were not meant to be there. And I was getting met with so much force and resistance. And it's not until that I just let it flow and I started flowing with the current that I flowed my little booty right up here. And here we are. And I'm not mad at it. At all. I'm still extremely proud of every single thing. Y'all, what? Me and my husband built this with our own two hands. We are some city kids. If you don't know, I'm from Brooklyn. I'll be building shit. What? Okay. What? We put these curtains and we elbow grease. My own two hands did this. And I could not be more proud. Even though it is a complete 180 from what I had planned, it is still perfect because it is aligned with my purpose and what I'm trying to build this brand to be. When you're in alignment, there will be no force. And that just is what it is. When I came up with this idea to move the podcast to the house and to transform my living room into my podcast studio, it has pretty much gone with very little hitches. Like I said, I got a vlog that you can watch on how it all happened. And it, even if you watch the vlog, even down to me getting the chairs that I'm sitting in from a pastor who prayed over me, like everything was so divinely aligned once I flowed with the current. Flowed with the current and stopped trying to fight it. And I cannot make this up. I kid you not. It is 11:11 as I look up at my stove. This is what I'm talking about. Like when you just flow, there will be no resistance. So remember that what is aligned for you, your life, and your purpose will come with little to no resistance. There's an area of your life that you keep being met with resistance, it's probably because you're forcing something into alignment. You're forcing things to align with your plans. When your plans don't mean shit. The universe already has a divine order. You just gotta get in line. I am looking at all of my kitchen appliances say 11:11, and I think that on that note, I've said all that I need to say.
And on that note, if you made it this far, thank you for kicking it with me and chopping it up with me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. The love and the support, it never goes unnoticed or unappreciated. And if you want to join the conversation in real time, make sure that you're following me across all social media platforms at Tyanne Watson. But more specifically, make sure you're following me on Instagram at Tyanne.Watson, because that's where I'll post all of the polls, all of the questions, and conversation starters. That's also where you guys can expect to see sneak peeks and previews into the episodes to come. We on a new season and we on a new level. This gonna be one hell of a ride. I hope y'all are ready. Until then, I'll see you, same time, same place next week for another Melanated Monday. And remember, the goal is to be good and do good. Until next time, peace, y'all.